The High Court in Pretoria has dismissed former SAA board chairperson Dudu Myeni's leave to appeal her delinquency judgment. Her application for new evidence has also been rejected. Both applications were dismissed with costs. The organization Undoing Tax Abuse went to court to have her declared a delinquent director. They accused her of plunging the SAA into financial chaos while she was board chairperson. The organization Undoing Tax Abuse took legal action against her in 2017, arguing that she had brought SAA to its knees. Joining us for reaction on the ruling is Wayne Duvenage of OUTA. Mr. Duvenage, thank you very much for your time. Now, obviously, you're happy about this decision by the High Court, but also what does this mean in terms of South Africa's fight against the looting of state funds?
Well, it's a very positive thing. You know, accountability is such an important component when it comes to fighting corruption. And while it's sad that civil society has to bring these cases, this is our role and we will continue to do so. And furthermore, these charges now get passed on to and have already been passed on to the NPA to consider laying criminal charges against her. And if she is found guilty of those, then she goes to jail. And this is important as we set out as a nation with a lot of evidence coming from the Zondo Commission's findings as well and hearings that we do hold people to account who have really put this country into a dire situation. And as we can see, SAA, the demise of that organization was largely as a result of the misconduct of Dudu Myeni.
Now, this has been a case that you've been fighting since 2017. It's been 3 years and finally it's been put to bed. What is your reaction in terms of that important part about the enforcement in the judgment?
Yes. Well, that's good. You see, what happens is while Ms. Myeni has lost her appeal application, she can petition the Supreme Court. We don't believe that will be successful, but nonetheless, while all this appealing might take place and even then to the Constitutional Court, we asked the court to have this ruling, her delinquency, applied forthwith, and that's what was given and granted to us as well. So right now, she needs to resign from the boards. She's on the Jacob Zuma Foundation board and Centlec in Mangaung. And the SIPSI entity will make sure that she is registered as a delinquent director or disqualified director, and she cannot sit on any boards or be an executive on any company, not only SAEs, any company in this country for life. That was the ruling. So this is very good news for South Africa and very good news for civil society.
Mr. Duvenage, obviously you're very happy about sort of putting this matter to bed now. You've been at it, like I said earlier, for about 3 years. Are you satisfied now? Are you going to leave the matter with Dudu Myeni behind? And maybe you can let us know at ENCA if there's any other leader in terms of our fight against state capture and the looting of state funds that OUTA will probably be going after.
Yes, I think, you know, we've done our work in this matter. It was a very costly and drawn-out case, as you said, a number of years. And we don't have lots of money to throw at expensive cases like this. We took this case on at the time because under Jacob Zuma's rule back in 2017, nothing was happening. The NPA was lethargic and reluctant to move. And we felt that civil society had to introduce other tactics and ways to hold people to account. And this was one, and it was a very successful one. We've laid many charges against other members of parliament, you know, and directors within state-owned entities and executives. And the beauty of what is starting to unfold now with the NPA being rehabilitated and cleaned out and fixed up again, the Hawks as well, the SIU, the Assets Forfeiture Unit. These are entities now we will support with a lot of evidence and a lot of the cases that we've already laid and charges that we've already laid with the police. And we see the rule of law now starting to flow. And this is very good for this country. And I think 2021, we're going to see some good results coming out of that work, not only from OUTA, but other civil society organizations and just the criminal justice system on its own, and largely as a result of so much good evidence coming out of the Zondo Commission. So I think this is a positive that we can see coming out of what is still going to be a very tough year for South Africa in 2021.
Really going to be a tough year, Mr. Duvenage, but it also shows in terms of the National Prosecuting Authority and their slow movement in making sure that the case is heard in the High Court. It's very important that entities such as this one play their role, and the people working there play their role to make sure that people such as Dudu Myeni are brought to book for whatever it is that they're accused of.
Absolutely. You know, civil society is playing a very, very important role in holding people who abuse their authority to account. And we can't do it without our supporters. It's the public out there who support civil society organizations like ours. And, you know, this is a symbiotic relationship. It is sad that we have to have civil society bringing these fights against people who abuse their power, but that's what it is, and we will continue to do so, and we'll continue to work hard to make sure that we fix this country, because the prosperity and the potential that we have as a nation with our diversity and everything that we have to offer the world, we shouldn't be in the state we're in. And corruption is one of those elements that has really brought us down, and we need to fix that, and we cannot give up. You know, there's no option to give up in this fight. We have to fight, and we have to fight harder. And we just want to thank society for supporting us.
Thank you very much for your time. That is OUTA's Wayne Duvenage. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.